Yeah, well, it's no surprise, I don't think, that Steve Bruce has left his job as Newcastle manager today. I think it was expected at some point. He took charge of his 1000th game as a manager at the weekend, the first game under Newcastle's new owners, PIF. But I think it was inevitable after the way that the game ended at the weekend, the fact that the fans were chanting for Bruce to go. He's left by mutual consent today. So, it's a sad state of affairs because Steve Bruce is a Newcastle guy, born and bred. It's his club. But the situation there right now is that the changes happen with the owners. I think the change of the manager was always inevitable. Well, the good thing for Newcastle, there are a lot of out-of-work, high-profile managers right now. The two that I've been told are leading candidates are former Chelsea manager Frank Lampard and Paulo Fonseca, who recently managed Roma, been in charge of Shakhtar Donetsk. There's also other managers in the frame, Lucien Favre, the ex-Borussia Dortmund manager, Eddie Howe, who used to be at Bournemouth, and two names that are on the list, but I think more kind of difficult targets to get, but obviously very appealing, are Steven Gerrard at Rangers and Roberto Martinez, the Belgian coach, formerly at Everton and Wigan. So I don't think Gerrard and Martinez are gettable right now, considering the situation that Newcastle are in, but there's certainly names that are being considered. But I think it'll narrow down to whether Lampard fancies returning to management with Newcastle. His next job is a big job. He has to take the right job. And the alternative is Paulo Fonseca, who has been linked with a lot of jobs in the past in the Premier League. Everton, Tottenham, never quite got the job, but he's got a decent record in Europe. But I do think that taking Fonseca could be a gamble right now. I think what Newcastle need is somebody who knows the division. Newcastle are in a relegation battle, and I think they need somebody who can hit the ground running and know the players and know the league. So I think for me, Lampard would be a better option than Fonseca, but listen, it depends what Newcastle's owners want. Well, we know that Newcastle need to strengthen the squad in January. I think it obviously helps. It's very important that they get a manager in place before January so that any potential new signings know who the guy in charge is. So I think getting the manager in place is crucial. And when January comes around, I think they need maybe 4 or 5 Premier League experienced players. They're a team they're a squad that is very lacking in quality. And I was at the game against Tottenham at the weekend. They're very much lacking in pace in key areas. So a new manager is crucial to getting the right players in. And I don't think it'll be an easy window for Newcastle. I think they're going to find it difficult to get the right players. They've got the money to spend, but the best players aren't going to want to go to Newcastle in a relegation battle, knowing that they won't be in the Champions League for maybe 2, 3, 4 years. Who knows? So right now, Newcastle need to stay up. And I think changing the manager today is the first step in avoiding relegation. January means getting better players in. But for me, they're still going to be in a long slog. It's going to be a long fight for survival this season for Newcastle. So getting the right manager and then the right players is absolutely crucial. Well, Steve Bruce is 60 now. He's been managing, I think, for 25 years, 1,000 games in charge. I think this is probably the end of his Premier League career as a manager. I don't think he'll get another top-flight job. But I do think he might have another job in him, maybe in the Championship. But I do think this job has taken a lot out of Steve Bruce. Emotionally and physically, it's been a draining experience. So I think what he needs right now is a break. But I wouldn't really make managing again. I think Steve Bruce is a guy who loves the game. I think he'd take a job if it came up. But I do think that we'll probably see the last of Steve Bruce as a Premier League manager, unless he takes a club back into the Premier League for the Championship.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.